Okay, this is Notes 5.5, solving quadratic equations using the quadratic formula. Here's the dealio, Pickles. I'm going to give you the quadratic formula on the test as well, so you guys will have it on the test, so you don't have to memorize it, although you're going to need to know that as you progress through your math classes over the years and straight on into college. Now, here's the thing. These A, B's, and C's are telling you what order to put them in. Notice that my x squareds have an A in front of it, because we want our x squareds first. Then our x's going next. Then our regular numbers, then equals 0. So when I don't have everything on the left side of the equal sign, I've got to move it to the other side of the equal sign, because I want it all set equal to 0. Here's the other kicker. These minus, this right here is a negative sign. That's a minus sign. That is the only minus sign, the one that's in the underneath the radical. Okay, before that 4, that's the only minus. So anywhere else, you're going to use a negative. Okay, other than right here as well. You'll have one there. But okay, the B's and the A's and C's, put them in parentheses when you put them in your calculator. Your calculator knows if you put them in parentheses, it knows what you're doing and how to do them. Okay, so you don't have to do so much thinking. All we have to do is put them in ABC order, then plug them in, let our calculator do the math for us. So here we go, ready to rock and roll. Our first one, number 1, is it in ABC order? No. What is out of order? The B, the 4x, has got to come across. So I've got to move that 4x across. So 4x is coming across. I've got x squared. 4x becomes a what? 4x becomes a what? Negative 4x. Is the negative 12 already on the correct side? Yes, so I put it down. Equals 0. Everything is now on the left side of the equal sign. So what is my A value? What is in front of that x squared that I don't see? A 1. How about my B value? Negative 4. And my C value? 12. Negative 12, right? Now I'm going to plug it straight into the formula. Straight into the formula. Got to write these signs in as we go. So I have a negative. And then for my B, anytime there is a variable, use parentheses. My B value was what? Negative 4. Okay, plus or minus. I understand we can't do them both at the same time, but we have to put plus and minus in front of our radical y. Why do I want that in front of my square root? We said it last before you went over the break. What is square root of 9? 3 or Coach Hens? No. No, he is not. He logs in about 50% of the time. Pretty sure right now, currently not. All right, thanks. Okay, so square root of 9 you said was 3, but it also could be what? Negative 3, because negative 3 times negative 3 is a positive 9. So that's why we have plus and minus. We'll only do one at a time. I'll show you the shortcut in your calculator so you don't have to retype it twice. Okay, all right, following our formula, we have b squared. So our b is negative 4, close it. The squared has to go outside. Minus, that's a minus sign. 4, parentheses. A is 1. C is negative 12. Okay, all over 2 times A, which is 1. Now I'm ready to plug that in just like it looks into my calculator. We have to make a fraction. How do I make a fraction in my calculator?
You do the math thing, right?
Alpha y equals. So alpha y equals and then number 1. And now I've got myself a fraction. Now I put a negative. It's not a minus, it's a negative. And then parentheses, just like it looks, just like you wrote it down on there. Parentheses, negative 4, close them. Plus, we're going to do the plus version first. Obviously, we can't do plus and minus, so we have to do plus first. Square root, parentheses, negative 4, close them, squared. Now minus, this is a minus sign, not a negative sign. Minus 4, parentheses. What was my A again? 1. And my C is? Negative 12. All over 2 times my A again, which is 1. Enter, and you should get 6. We write that down. 6. And there's going to be a negative version, or whatever it comes out to as a negative version. It may not be a negative answer. So here's how I do it. I don't want to retype all that. So go up, highlight it like that. Arrow up. Hit enter. It's going to copy and paste it. Now I just over arrow, over arrow, over arrow, over arrow, all the way to that plus, and let's put a minus. Hit enter. And negative 2 is my other answer. Boom. Too easy. Okay. So far, so easy. All right. Number 2. Is it an A, B, C order?
Yes.
Yes. What is my A? 5. What is my B? Negative 4. What is my C? Boom. Ready to put it into the formula. So we have minus our B, which is negative 4, plus or minus square root of B squared. So it's negative 4 squared minus 4 times A, which is 5, times C, which is negative 2. All over 2 times A, which is 5. Okay. Take that. Put that in the calculator. Alpha y equals number 1. We have a negative, parentheses, negative 4, close them, plus square root, parentheses, negative 4, close them, squared, minus 4 times A, which was 5, in parentheses, parentheses again, times C, which is a negative 2. Go down to the bottom 2, parentheses, A is 5. Hit enter, and you should get round to the nearest 10th, which would be 2 decimal places. I'm sorry, 100. Sorry, 100. 2 decimal places. So it's be what? 1.15. So 1.15, and our negative version, copy, paste, arrow over, make that a minus, hit enter, and I got 2 decimal places would be?
Negative.
3.5. So negative 0.35. All right, flip it. All right, we're going to do number 3 and number 5, and that's it. Okay, here we go. Number 3. What's wrong with number 3? ABC order. Wrong for the couple of them, right? Okay, 2x squared. Is it in the right place? Yep. 2x squared. Now I got to move the 4x across. It becomes a negative 4x. Move the negative 1 across. It becomes a positive 1. Equals 0. So A is what? B is what? C is what? Too easy. Okay, so I've got negative B, which is a negative 4, plus minus square root. B is negative 4 squared minus 4 times A, which is 2, times C, which is 1, all over 2 times A, which is 2. Take it, plug it in. Alpha y equals number 1. On top, I've got negative parentheses, -4, close them, plus squizzy root, -4 in parentheses, squared, minus 4, parentheses, 2, close them, open them, 1, close them, 2, parentheses, 2, on the bottom and close it. And you should get, boom! 2 decimal places gives me a what? 1.71. 1, motherless goat. 1.71. And the negative version, 0.29, we agree? Let's see if we agree. We agree, 0.29er. Jump to number 5. Number 5, alive. All right, on number 5, what's wrong? Oh, my Lanta, what is wrong with number 5? More than stuff everywhere.
I say we skip it.
You look, it's easy. Here's what you do. Look, it's beautiful. Very beautiful. Very beautiful. Here we go. So we're gonna get all of our x squareds first, then we'll get all of our x's, then we'll get all of our regular numbers, then we'll get our equal sign, then 0. Is there any x squareds that are already on the correct side? 2x squared. Write her down. Is there any other x squareds? Yes, there's an x squared. Is it on the right side? No, I have to move it across, so it becomes a what? A negative x squared. Okay? Because it was on the wrong side of the equal sign, I moved it across, change signs.
Are we just gonna have to combine them?
Yeah. Now, any x's already on the correct side?
Yeah.
Yes, what? A positive 4x is on the correct side. Any x is not on the correct side? -8 goes across, becomes a +8. Any regular numbers on the correct side? No. Any regular numbers on the incorrect side? -25 goes across, becomes a +25. That's all of them, yes? Clean them up. 2x squared minus 1x squared is? Just 1x squared. 4x plus 8x is 12x. And then 25. ABC order? Yep. What's my A? 1. B? 12. C? 25. Okay, so I've got minus our B, which is 12, plus or minus square root. Yes, okay. B squared, that would be 12 squared, minus 4 times A, which is 1, times C, which is 25. All over 2 times A, which is 1. Now it is ready to plug into the calculator. Why has it got a glare? There we go. Boom. Ready to put that guy into the calculator. Alpha y equals number 1. We had negative parentheses 12 close them plus squizzy root parentheses 12 squared. I'm going to ask you guys the answer for this one. Minus 4 parentheses 1 close them open them 25 close them over 2 open 1 close. What do we get? -2.68. Yes, the answer is -2.68 and
-9.35.
I got a 32, a 35.
32.
The answer is 32. So -9.32. Okay, you are doing on A as in apple 5-5. You're doing 1, 3, 5, and 7. 1, 3, 5, and 7. When you're done, turn them in up here. This concludes notes for 5, 5.